Hello, and welcome to another commentary of Amazon Fury Part 2 Raids. Today we are looking at Hold of Hades. As you can see, Hold of Hades is a lot of small rooms, and the key of the raid is basically to gather items of lore to weaken the guard of the holds, which is Cerberus. And Cerberus isn't just standing still somewhere waiting for you. He is roaming around, or well, he's patrolling around the area. As you can see on the minimap on top right, there is a huge skull, which that is Cerberus. He is patrolling around the area, and you want to avoid him in the first place, because if you meeting that guy in the early stage, well, let's say you will see that a little bit later what's happening if you ignore him. If you ignore that and you basically confront him in an early stage. So to find these items, we're just starting here talking to the three judges, who tell you basically about a little bit about the stuff about the items, which is a weapon, gloves, boots, and a bag. Each of them has a function. Well, we discussing that at a later point. So here we have another room. One of those rooms. This is basically just an ad room. And each of those rooms has 10-point feats attached to it. For example, this room here is to gather these ads and kill them in the pool. That's just a simple, easy feat, and yeah, but obviously you need to point out. It's always good when you read those feats. So you see a big red message right now, Cerberus head toward Plaza. So you get every once in a while information where Cerberus is heading. You should really read and remember where he is, because if you forget where he is, yeah, you will be confronted. He's not really slow. He's now moving to the plaza, which is around the middle, where we have to go right now. So where we have to go, also Cerberus is going, and you will see in a second what's happening when you ignore Cerberus, because he won't ignore you. Just go. This is in this room where we go. It's just a kind of mini boss. I picked up one of those items at the pool, which is there comes Cerberus, as you can see. So if you ignore him, he's just straight going for the group, and yeah, goes through it, basically one-shotting. Yeah, and then we're skipping that part because it's just a quick tank and spang. As said, the ad has a shield, as you have seen. The ad had a shield, and I grabbed the weapon, which basically debuffs the shield and makes it possible to kill the ad. And afterwards, we're going back to the judges, and there's a shade waiting for us. This is the actual first boss we have to fight. It's also pretty much tank and spank. The ad spawns some kind of fire aura underneath, and even the tank will get some serious hits. This is where the boots you can see them on the right side sometimes when I have the right angle with the camera. We didn't took them. There they are, which basically extinguishes the fire. However, it doesn't matter so much, because yeah, as you see, it's a simple tank and spank, and sometimes ads coming from one of those closed doors. There you see another wave of ads. It's just about to grab them quickly, and yeah, it's really nothing special. It's nothing hard, and that's it. Basically, one tank, one heal. You run this with 2 controllers. You can even run this with 1 controller these days. And at that point, there's nothing hard. So Hellfire continues. There is one more boss. Yeah, there is another boss, and then and in between there's a couple of more rooms which we are not showing you right now because there's nothing special at the room. It's about mechanics similar to the maze raid, a labyrinth. Yeah, the labyrinth raid, where we have the commentary also up, and it's about to figure out the mechanics, which is carrying stuff or activating stuff. And while you all do that, it's about avoiding Cerberus roaming around those areas. So yeah, so this is the first boss done, and then you get the weapon again. So that now. This is the second boss. This is a bit more complicated because you can't deal that with simple one tank. You start off getting some ads. You kill the ads and you see the Forge Spirit in the back of the room roaming around. You can't target him, by the way. You can't target him. The goal is for the initial part of this boss fight to drag the ads and bring them close to the Forge Spirit and kill those ads. If you do that, the Forge Spirit becomes agitated about the deaths of the Shades. And the more you do that, the more the Forge Spirit get agitated. Yeah. Well, it leads towards releasing the Forge Master, who's behind those cells on the right side, waiting and just watching the fight. But after a while, the Forge Spirit is getting agitated so much that, yeah, there you see, there the Forge Master appears. And this is the actual boss. So we switched a little bit too early the two-tank strategy. You can still run it with one tank at that point. But it helps to separate the main boss here from the ads because of the splitting. You see the Forge Master is going over to Gold Fusion on the right side, slowly. He's using a single target taunt, while DBs is still running heavy stuff, gathers the ads, but the ads is still dying in the meanwhile. And when the Forge Master is getting a little bit more down, the help that you definitely need two tanks. You will see as soon as we're coming to the point, you will get another red message for that next part. There's a lot of red message here, so you can't miss stuff. There's good messaging about what's happening. It's just about to figure out what the message actually means for you and for the group. So, you see, Fanatical Smiths have been summoned. These are the actual ads. Look to the left, look to the beast, you see he's getting this kind of purple shield. This purple shield is the aggro for the boss, because if you have this purple shield, the Forge Master ignores the person with the purple shield. That means you can't have two tanks, you can't have one tank for that fight. Because if you just have one tank, the Forge Master ignores the tank because he has the ads on him and will basically go for the group all the time. This is where you have the second tank comes into place and keeps the Forge Master. You can completely ignore the Fanatical Smiths because they are not important. They do nothing else. You can basically kill them, but there's no point in killing them. Just keep burning the Forge Master and you will be fine, while the second tank is keeping the ads away from the main from the other tank. So yeah, the Forge Master is not roaming simply around. And that's the whole boss fight. That's where you need two tanks, and that's it. And then you can go switch back to one tank at that stage. You need to kill the ads. And this is actually the second boss already. See, there's also a feat attached to it. Don't ask me about the exact details about the feats. I really can't remember what that one was about. But as I said, each room has some kind of feat attached to 10 pointers, and there's also a 50 pointer, I think, for the last boss. We are skipping another room and going straight to the last boss fight about Cerberus. You see, at this room there is the back piece. That's the last of the four items of lore, and we give it the tank for a reason, because the back piece, to go now to the function of each of those items, the back piece has this huge AoE around. You see that kind of celestial-like effect, which is guaranteeing that your group is not debuffed. Otherwise in the room you have a huge debuff, and this back piece is basically ensuring that your group, and especially the tank, is not debuffed, or he's getting really hard, has to deal with a lot of damage, and makes it just more complicated. So other items are the feat. I'm not sure. I think Speaker has the feat. The feet are stumping out this fire. Just seen spawning under my boots. This fire, after there's a ball, a big ball that Cerberus is spitting out in the direction randomly over the fight, and where the ball is exploding, there will be also a huge fire, and this fire will maintain a while at that place, but with the boots you can extinguish the fire. And yeah, so as you can see, I'm killing people. You see that aura on me? It looked a little bit like I have a swarm effect, and it's not some it's hardly to see sometimes with all these effects going. So yeah, this is similar to the aura of Lockdown, of Calibug's aura. Yeah, if you have the aura, move away from the group, let others rest, etc. pp. To go back, what we have the boots, that's for extinguishing the fire, that you see there right now again. We have the back piece, that's good for the tank, to keep the group, yeah, debuffed, buffed, whatever case you want to call that. And the hands that you just see, I had the hands all the time now. Joe has the hands. The hands are currently not working proper. What the hands doing is should do is keeping these creature handlers stunned. It's right now not working. There's a few powers that can do that without even having these hands. One of these powers is Harvest from nature, in both stances, by the way, in healer stance and in DPS stance. So it doesn't really matter where if you have the hands right now, but the hands will, if it works right, then these hands will be there to basically stun the creature handlers. Most likely useful for the controllers to have them, because the controllers can keep stunning them. Their damage doesn't matter at that point, so they can basically focus the creature handlers, and the DPS goes continuously on Cerberus. There's always two handlers up, on the left and on the right side. And what the handler is doing is, if they are not stunned, they will heal Cerberus, and they really healing him fast, so it's important to keep them stunned. And since they are not working, I'm basically spamming it all over Harvest to keep the handler stunned right now, but when it works, the hands are there for this function. And the fourth item of lore is the weapon. That's as you have seen in the first part of the video, where it's basically for debuffing a shield. Even Cerberus has this kind of shield. If he's not getting attacked with that weapon, he will only hit for 1 ticks. Here, like right now, you see these 1 ticks because the person with the weapon is not attacking, because he's dead. As you see, he's getting rest in this moment, and then he's picking up the weapon again, and as soon as he does, we can attack Cerberus again. There you see, boom, and Cerberus can be attacked normally. So the person with the weapon, it's useful to have a DPS with that. DPS-like nature, of course, has a better working because the weapon type is random. In this case, it's I think two-hander, but it can be everything. And some weapons are really not the type of DPS weapon, so even healer works in this case. So if you leave it to a healer or a DPS-like nature who does not necessarily need the weapon to use, is a lot better. But as I said, you need to keep attacking. The person who has the weapon needs to keep attacking Cerberus, or yeah, he falls back into this buffed state where you can't where you can't really damage him. As you see, Cerberus also roams around in this area, so you need to watch where he goes. He's not 100% of the fight on the tank, so he will roam around. Watch for his fire AoE when he's looking in your direction. Just keep moving around or block or whatsoever. It will be fine. And this is basically the fight where all 4 items of lore are coming together. And yeah, making this fight a lot easier. There's also feats for not using specific items. I think the boots and using not the handlers, the hands, the gloves. I think that's the 2. Or in general, that's it. You see, I keep still stunning with havers. It makes the fight so smooth. I hope they fix the hands to see how that actually should work in a real fight. How they keep stunning the handlers, because right now it's just a gas game. There is 1 power in Quantum who can do it, and 2 powers from nature. That Savage Growth also works here, by the way. Savage Growth and Harvest keeps the handler stunned, so that we had here a nature player in this way was very handy. And yeah, it's basically the whole fight, and after a while, yeah, you get it done. So here you see, this is the 10-point feat in this room. Stomping out 10 of those fires on the ground with the boots. That's just in one fight, by the way. In one fight, in this fight. So it's also quite easy feat, especially in the early beginning, where you don't have being fully geared and can melt through the boss. That's it. There is really nothing special also to this. It's a fairly easy fight as soon as you understand what the items do and what the group has to look for. It's really useful to spread out in a 180-degree circle around the boss, so when the fire is up, it's really effective. Make mainly only 1 person and not like 2, 3, and maybe they dying, and then you have a lot of people to rest. And yeah, that was the whole fight. And the dog is down. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you for the 3rd part, Throne of the Dead, hopefully soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.